Hi, Cancer. Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. That's Coconut. I'm dog sitting for the week. So, August, here we are with mid-August readings. And these readings really are about transition and shift. August is always a transition month, but this August 2019 feels really, really potent for this shift that's happening. There is a much larger collective shift that we are all experiencing. You know, we have all of these planets in Capricorn, Saturn, Pluto, the South Node, all of these things about wrapping up the past and moving forward. And there's a really large collective wrap up that is happening right now so that we can all move forward in a really new, really big way. And that's playing out in all of our lives individually. And, you know, here in August, we finally got some astrology that's helping us to move forward after June and July felt like these limbo stasis months for a lot of folks. August is starting to pick up momentum. On the 11th, we've got Jupiter going direct, which is going to be a pretty big shift. We've got Mercury coming out of its shadow period, retrograde shadow, into Leo. That's going to feel like a really big shift from Cancer into Leo. And Uranus going retrograde. A lot of stuff is happening here, okay? So as we move through this shift, I've got a spread here that's going to help with that. So this is a spread that I post about on Instagram. If you don't follow me, check me out at Unseen Hands Healing. But this is about the shift. This is the shape that you are shifting out of, the shape that you are shifting into, and what that shift, that transition feels like and looks like for you. And so I'm going to get into this for you, Cancer, in a moment, but when I was sitting with your energy before I drew cards, it was interesting. I had to lay down. I was feeling just like incredibly uncomfortable in my body, which I haven't felt that all day. This is my third reading of the day. And it was just suddenly, I sort of collapsed like this. And I just couldn't hold my torso up. I couldn't hold my head up. It was this really strange energy. And so I finally just laid down because I was incredibly distracted. I couldn't get anything clear coming through. And I thought, all right, well, maybe if I lay down and get my physical sensations out of the way, I can start to channel something, or something could come through. And as soon as I laid down, I actually got this image of a basket dropping onto my stomach from above. It's like this basket just plopped right onto my stomach, and I was like, oh, okay. And then almost like a little picnic bandana, like a beautiful decorative scarf thing. I don't know how you say it. It's the liner for the basket, you know? And it looked like very farm country picnic type thing. And then that fell from the sky and plopped into the basket. And I was like, okay, good. That's prepping to receive something. And then before you know it, one by one, pieces of fruit and food started falling into the basket. It was like a couple apples, a piece of bread, this thing over here, some strawberry, you know what I mean? It was just like plop, 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 almost like rain. Plop, 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 plop. And then it just increased until it was suddenly like this flood of fruits and vegetables and bread and all these things just falling from the sky in heaps, overflowing the basket, apples rolling everywhere. It was really, really funny and fascinating. And then all of a sudden I was struck with this fear that I would bite into a piece of fruit and it would be filled with worms. So then I drew your cards, and got a little more information here on why those specific images may have been coming forth. So let's take a look at what we got. The shape that you are shifting out of is the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is a card of grieving. As you can see, there's these cups, 4 cups that are spilled here. 1 cup still full, but this person is not looking at that. This person is looking at all of this tragedy. I often see this as the vagus nerve, you know, like something being triggered in your nervous system, a nervous system response. But today, I'm actually seeing lungs. And I keep hearing family. Well, I don't know why. I don't know who this is for. Okay. There's a sense of loss, a sense of grief here, and especially with the lungs, you know, the lung meridian in Chinese medicine deals with grief. That is the emotion of the lung meridian. It deals with grief, and I did feel this like collapse in my chest, this heaviness that I just had to lay down. I may be tapping into somebody here where grief is really affecting your physical body. Some sort of sense of loss is affecting your physical body. Luckily, this is the shape you are shifting out of. And it's interesting too, because it kind of feels like that shift even starts in this card. You know, we've got this hand coming in and tapping you on the shoulder to say, hey, excuse me, turn around. Tapping you on the back, saying, hey, turn around. There's a cup back here. I also just got the image of that hand coming in and supporting you, because I felt like I couldn't hold my ribs up, you know? I was just like, oh, I can't hold my rib cage up. And even now I'm like kind of having trouble breathing. Not really, but just like I can feel that heaviness. And so it's almost like a hand coming in, offering some support, like, here, let me help hold you up. Let me help hold you up. Perhaps you are getting the support of family at this time. Perhaps the grief has to do with family. But it's like whatever support is here, whatever hand of God is kind of tapping you on the back, it's to show you that there's still a full cup in this situation, you know, all is not lost here. And then we move from that energy, you know, that's the shape you're shifting out of. The shape you are shifting into here, which is beautiful, is the Ace of Coins. Quite a different energy. What a shift, right? And it's interesting too, because it kind of does feel like that meditation that I saw, which is things dropping from the sky, you know, abundance coming in, dropping from the sky. The Ace of Coins, the aces are pure potential energy. This is the pure potential energy of the earth. So it's a seed, you know, a seed for richness and abundance, for something really big to grow, something sustainable, and spirit coming in as this bird Dropping that in right on ya. So that's the shape you're shifting into, some sort of new beginning, some sort of new potential. You're shifting from this energy of loss, grief, heaviness into what feels like relief, feels like something tangible that you can really work with to grow with a new start, a new seed, new beginning coming through. And the shift looks like this. More of this tough energy here with the Nine of Swords. We've got this person being kept up at night with lots of worry. You know, it's like these little devils are all here, little spirits all here with swords kind of tormenting this poor soul who just can't sleep. So perhaps someone is really being filled with worry and grief and struggling. This is definitely energy of struggling emotionally, mentally. This person has their ears covered. It's like you just want to shut it out. You know, whatever this is. It's like, oh gosh, I just want to shut it out. It won't stop. If only I could shut it out. It feels like it's coming from all directions. And then there's Capricorn energy here, right in the center. This is coming through for a lot of folks in these readings. And what I keep feeling with it is all of those planets that are in Capricorn right now really asking us here at this time, as we squeeze through this chute, you know, this transition out of this past energy and into the future. Wrapping up those lessons, Saturn in Capricorn. Wrapping up the lessons of the ways that we have done things in the past. The structures that have been set up for us in the past, moving towards something different. Specifically, maybe with the way you are conducting business or doing your career. That sort of feels like what this seed is about. Because there's definitely some abundance coming through for you. Because then the next step in this shift is the Seven of Cups, which is coming through for you. I heard imagining more, imagining possibilities. It's like this feels like all that fruit raining down on you and you're skeptical of it. Because again, like I felt worried that if I bit into the fruit, there'd be worms. Because of whatever experience you're coming out of here, whoever I'm talking to, I think it's got you worried about what comes next. It's got you afraid to partake in the abundance that's trying to come your way, maybe even afraid of the possibilities that you could imagine at this point. Because, you know, I'm feeling some sort of reset after this. It's like after this energy clears, for some reason Capricorn energy is coming through as like a reset, because the past has been like mourned and worried over long enough, and then something comes through and breaks this energy with Capricorn. I don't know why that's what I feel. And it's like suddenly you can imagine all of these possibilities. You know, maybe like a new way of doing business or a new way of planting seeds. Earth element here, earth energy with Capricorn. Thinking about your future planning with Capricorn energy. It's like once this is over and done with, you have this opportunity to sort of plan for the future in a really real way, and all of the possibilities of that feel pretty overwhelming and kind of nuts, and you're almost like afraid to dream this big. But it's like all that abundance that was coming in, the worms are not real. You know, the worms that I was afraid were going to be in that fruit are not real. So there's a message here about go ahead and imagine the possibilities for your future, because something is going to drop in your lap that is going to be sustainable for the future, that is going to offer you the chance to nurture and water that seed for the long term planning here with Capricorn energy. So go ahead and allow yourself to dream and imagine all of the things that could drop in your lap, and then something you can actually bite and chew on. Really interesting, powerful message here, Cancer. So I'm going to take a card from the postcards from the liminal space, because, you know, this is... Oh, we got a flipper. I'm not sure if that's for you. We'll see what comes out. You know, this is such a liminal shift. August is always a very liminal energy. And so we're going to get some advice for you while you're in this liminal time. But before we do that, I do want to let you know that I am going to continue to pull cards for this spread. So if this is resonating with you, there's going to be an extended reading that is as long, if not longer than this one, where we get some clarity on this energy. You know, this is a very specific, interesting reading. So we're going to get some clarity on what it is that this grief and worry is all about, what the Capricorn reset is, and then what this Ace of Coins new opportunity could be bringing your way. And then, you know, because if we never shift from point A to point B and then we're done, there's always a shift after this Ace of Coins. So what's the next thing you're shifting into? We're going to pull some more cards here and see what the next leg of this shift looks like for you. So for those of you who are going to join me there, the link is going to be in the description box below to go onto Patreon or Instagram, the two places where you can contact me and access the extended video. But for those of you who do not want to see the extended, I'm going to pull a liminal space card for you as some little parting thoughts for this reading here mid-August. So what is the liminal space message for Cancer that wants to come through for Cancer? What's the advice for Cancer here in the liminal space? What do we got? Whoa. Imagining more. Yeah. Imagining more. Okay, that's kind of insane, Cancer, honestly. Sorry, I'm a little just spooked by that synchronicity. So moving out of this grief space and out of all this worry and fear of the worms in the fruit, you know? It's like Capricorn energy comes in and is like, hold on, your dreams and the possibilities for what you can build are the mountains you can climb are way bigger than you know. Allow yourself to dream that big. Allow yourself to imagine more than this, you know? Shift out of this energy because more is coming. More is coming. There's a whole new world opening up here for you with this Ace of Coins. And according to my meditation, just like dropping in your lap pretty rapidly. Wow. Okay. Powerful, Cancer. My God. Okay. So I'm going to continue to pull cards. If you're into this, click the link below. If not, thank you so much for joining me. Okay. Please do click that like button so that we can surf the YouTube wave and other Cancer folks can see this who need to. And subscribe to my channel so that we can stay connected moving forward here. Cancer. Good luck. Oh, I just saw 2222. Yeah, 2222. Lots of fortune, good fortune here for you. 2, 4, 6, 8. We are in the month of August, the 8th month. Number 8 is a very powerful, potent energy right now. 8 being the Strength card, being the card of Leo, and being this like portal for abundance and magician energy, the chance to really make magic here. And I'm telling you, I just saw all that fruit dropping in your basket. It's like a cornucopia, a harvest of abundance. So call that in. Don't be afraid to call that in. There's not worms in the fruit. My goodness. Okay, beautiful, Cancer. Beautiful. Thanks for joining me. Good luck with all this, and I'll talk to you in September.